Welcome, boys and girls, to the A to Z of Heroclix challenge. My name is Archer Gaming, and if you like what you see, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All the links will be below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
So that is right, guys. D is for deity. So, firstly, apologies about the delay in this episode. Unfortunately, with moving house, it's taken me a while to get some games in, but now it means we can keep the content going. And also, as well, this week's a bit of a strange one. So, as opposed to it being a local event in my flag, it is actually a WKO tournament on the Isle of Wight. So this is a 300 point modern tournament list, and it's a bit different. So we're going deity, and yeah, as you can see in front of you, we've got some interesting guys. So let's start with Infinity. So we are playing her at the 75 point level. She has Power Cosmic, Outwit, Regen on the last 2 clicks, Precision Strike, and then her 2 traits and special movement ability are she can't be the target of more than one attack. She can't be the target of attack with more than one target. So it's come in handy quite a few times, especially with the Infinity set and in Sealed. So against the things that move and quake, Colossal Retaliation are quite handy against. Other friendly characters modify speed and range by +1, and opposing characters modified their speed and range by -1. So it's hindering things such as Unimind with that little bit of range and that little bit of less movement. It's also hindering some things. It's also buffing some of my guys, which is really cool. And especially that enhanced movement. And then her movement. And also when she's KO'd, this effect continues. So it's not like once you get rid of her, it's just gone. It's a really cool effect. Then her movement ability, she has on all 3 of her clicks, along with the Power Cosmic, is Phasing Teleport, Sidestep. Adjacent characters have friendly, free place this character in another adjacent square next to Infinity. So it's really cool for moving my guys out of the way, or moving them into a different position without wasting actions. And because it's just place, there's no breakaway needed, so she can come in, distract someone. She has only 4 clicks, but that 19 health on the last 2 clicks. I mean, no real damage reducers, so if someone gives her a big hit for 4 damage, she's pretty much brown bread, but still a nice piece, still getting that ability. The Power Cosmic as well, so she can't be outwitted. And yeah, really nice. I like it. It should be fun. So we get into the next piece, which is Nekara the Bat God. So other friendly characters can use the Batman ally team ability. So everyone's now got stealth, along with that +1 movement and +1 range. When he is KO'd by an opponent's attack, for the rest of the game, other friendly characters can't be targeted by opposing characters 4 or more squares away from them. So it negates range essentially post that, or long range. He himself has 7 printed range, 7 printed movement. That goes up to 8 and 8. We are clicking him at 100 points as well, and comes with the Batman and Quintessence team ability. I like him. I think he's a very underused item from the Elsword set, so wanted to crack him out. I've never used him before. Almost running him in the B is for Batman list, but didn't. Yeah. And then we get onto a piece I have used quite a few times before. The one that I called the Shenanigans Loki. So this is the common from the Mighty Thor. I have paid the 75 points for him. So he has 2 more decoys produced that appear on click 1. So essentially we start with 3 of these guys. The idea being when they hit a stop click, when one of them hits the stop click on click 3, they either disappear and score my opponent 0 points, or they all disappear. However, I gain more for every shape change and super senses I pass. And yeah, it's really, really cool. Down dial, outwit, and I really, really love this piece. yeah, really like it. And yeah, real fun piece. Phasing teleport, not a lot of damage with the incapacitate. However, though, it's kind of handy, but a really cool piece. We then get on to just a little filler. We had 15 points left, so I went for the Serpent Spider-Man. Hypersonic speed, super senses, blades, going up to 11 for hypersonic, which is kind of scary. Just giving them that little buff from Infinity again, and yeah. And lastly, we have the 35-point Dormammu. So again, a really cool piece. Doesn't have the power cosmic, but has Mystic. So when you do finally hit him, you are taking damage for it. 5 facing teleport. Again, has stealth. Again, you know, the Colossal Retaliation, so he can't come in. However, his Colossal Retaliation is a bit weird. So you actually roll 3 dice for his attack, and ignores Shape Change, Super Senses, and the Mystic Team's ability. Each character has dealt 2 penetrating damage, and you roll 3 dice, and you choose the result from 2. So the odds of him critting himself were really reduced, and it really helps out. It can't be re-rolled, can't be, which is really nice to see. I do love this piece. I wanted to crack him out again. He was actually the reason why I went for the deity keyword. And that is what I'll be running, guys. So, yeah, we will catch you in the next part.
So full credits as well to Heroes on the Isle of Wight and the event organisers. It ran super smooth and was super fun. So big thank you for that. So let's get on with how my team did. So guys, round 1 was interesting. I played against a Unimine list. It was Unimine on 275 with the black 5 of the Forged in Flame tokens, which were Thanos, Makari, Cersei, and 2 others who names escape me right now. And it was a very interesting list. Essentially, I had to kill everything to get points, which I failed. I found the issue with this list very quickly, and very quickly on that game, that there's just no damage output. Now, with the Unimine being set up as it was, it had 3 +2 perplexes on it. So every time it was damage, move, damage, attack, defense up by 2. And it was just mowing through stuff. It had the pink, so Dormammu wasn't doing anything. It was Colossal Retaliation. Infinity could outwit it, but then she got picked off in a hit. Batman was 2 hits. The Lokis gave it a little bit of trouble. Managed to end cap it once and give it 1 click. But apart from that, nothing. The fact that we had the Nuhara Batman I1 map roll, so we were on Wakanda, but Unimine just negates that. Didn't help. He didn't really suffer the -1 speed, -1 range penalty as much as I hoped from Eternity. So that was that game. Straight away, a 300-0 loss. I lost everything. Very quick, but very well played by my opponent called Kai, which was a chappie we actually travelled across with. So next up was round 2, and we played against a really cool Asgardian theme. So I lost map roll, so we're playing on the indoor neoprene map, which was a nice map, worked quite well for me. It was 2 Frost Giants, Malekith with the Cask of Winters, which didn't really affect me because it doesn't work against deity themes, so it was no real issue against me. And title character Loki, and I think there was 1 other piece in there. Now this was a really interesting game. It was against a chappie called Matt Hardy, and it was a very close game. I misplaced Infinity quite early on in the game and lost her. Again, I was finding her lack of defense power a big hindrance. She was being able to one-shot it off the board, which made her not overly viable at 75 points. and she was just being picked off. Especially in indoor map, I had to go a lot closer to try and use her. Which meant, I thought back, ended up with just Lokis, just the shenanigan Lokis towards the end, against a Malekith and a title character Loki, and it ended up calling time at that. I think at the point of time being called, I had 8 Lokis on the board, and my final action, I pushed one of them that happened to be the real one, so all the fake ones disappeared, just to try and get some damage the next turn. But obviously at that point time was called, so it didn't really work. So a close game, I just couldn't finish off Malekith. I don't think he had a lot left. I managed to in-cap him quite a lot, and Malekith did get hindered by that -1 movement quite a lot. So in that game it was really effective, especially going around the tight corners of the office, and that -1 range really helped me out. That +1 range to the Lokis, making them range 6, put us on an even playing field, and made it really, really fun. However, it was the second loss of 65 points. So we will get on to the third game next. So we're down at round 2, going 0-2. Because it was only 3 rounds, then a top 8 cut. If I won this with a high MOV, I still could possibly make the top 8. However, it was very unlikely. So we went against a really, really interesting list. It was no theme, but it was a lot of cool pieces he wanted to try. So the list I will put up now. So as you can see, there was a lot on that list. We had Beta Ray Bill, Lashina, Overdrive, Jane Foster, Serpent Punisher, Harley's Hammer, quite a few IDs, and was really, really interesting. And good fun. Overall, I only managed to score some IDs. Again, Michael's a smart player, was able to take out my Infinity quite quick, which meant I wasn't doing as much damage. The Beta Ray Bill, you can't target me from range, hindered me quite a lot, and it just went to time, and at the point of me going to time, I was down to 1 or 2 Lokis. He managed to pick off the first Loki quite quick as well, and find out which one was the real one quite quick, so I wasn't getting any of the benefits from the shenanigans, which was really, really cool. Very well played by Michael, and yeah. So overall, it was 0-3. The only points I managed to score were some ID cards, which cost me 11 points. So I ended up stone dead last on 68 points. So to summarise with this team, really, it was good fun. There was a lot of shenanigans mechanics. However, there was no real damage output. I mean, it could have come from Eternity, with the 3 damage on a starting click. The end cap from the Lokis was a lot harder to get off. A lot more characters have Indomitable at the moment in the current meta, and Willpower. And yeah, so it was a lot harder to get any of this off. So I feel that was the biggest issue with this team. So obviously it's the worst win rate we've had with any of the teams so far in this challenge. And I feel like it was down to the lack of overall damage. There was not a lot of damage output. Dormammu could Colossal Retaliate, get that 2 penetrating. But the Lokis were just in-capping 3 action tokens at 3 actions. They weren't really able to pass off with a lot of give. And yeah, I feel like damage was the main output. Sorry about that. Was the main output and issue in this list. But thank you ever so much for watching, guys. Don't forget the links are below for the Facebook, the Instagram, and my GoFundMe. So if you want to chuck in a buck in there, all the links for that will be down below. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for the letter E.